Welcome everybody to Ryan's unedited, one-take, supremely low-budget Breeders' Crown highlight reel show. I am your host, Ryan Macedonio, and I'm going to give you a quick highlight reel on the 2015 Breeders' Crown from Toronto, Ontario, Canada at Woodbine Racetrack. Let's get things started. You know what, but first, hold on. I gotta get rid of this cheesy Uber 80s music. Don't you hate when highlight shows start out with god-awful music like that? Anyway, so the first race I want to get into is the Glamour Boy division. The 3-year-old Colton Pacers, Freaky Feet Pete, who is the superstar of the year other than Wiggle It Jiggle It, but Wiggle It Jiggle It did not supplement to the Breeders' Crown. So, Freaky Feet Pete, it was his race to lose. Now, he almost did lose it because Lost for Words was on the front end. Freaky Feet Pete
well placed now.
was second over, so Lost for Words on the lead. Wakazashi's here. Freaky Feet Pete is here. Artspeak is here. Here they come to the top of the stretch.
Lost to do some pacing, or Miller's going to steal one. Lost for Words is opened up by a pair.
Here comes Freaky Feet Pete on the outside. He's got a lot of ground to make up. Can he do it?
And Lost for Words opens up by 3 lengths now. Freaky Feet Pete on the far outside is powering up now late. Still there.
Unreal.
Freaky Feet Pete is closing a ton on the outside. Lost for Words.
What a mile this horse went. What a horse.
Outside gets airborne late for Teacher.
Unreal.
Freaky Feet Pete to win the Breeders' Crown.
Artspeak gets up for second.
Maybe Artspeak
that
on the
was
outside over Lost
Trace
for Words in
Teacher's
150.
First Breeders' Crown victory. Congratulations to all the Indiana connections that came out and supported. It was a big party in the winner's circle. And again, congratulations to Trace Teacher. That is definitely a superstar victory for the young lad. His brother's Tim Teatrick. He's an alright driver too. On to the next race, which in my opinion, this was the most exciting race of the night. This was the 2-year-old Colton Pacing Geldings. Now, betting line with Chris Christoforou, who was super aggressive all night, made for some exciting racing and made the most out of his Breeders' Crown drives. So, he was working his way to the front. They went a wicked first 8 through 12.1 seconds. They went the first quarter in 25 and 3. The horse that wins this race is all the way back here. The yellow horse, Tim Teatrick, Boston Red Rocks. So they're just rolling along. That is super fast for these horses.
53 and 2 the opening half.
Now they're going to start to come at him. Now watch this 5 horse.
Thrown down here.
He's going so fast he makes a break.
American Passport blew up in a first over bid. He's
now, Tim Teatrick, the winner, is all the way back here. Look at how far he's got to come up, make up legs. Randy Waples has the favor right here. He's in a perfect spot to eat up everybody here. The betting line is not giving up at all.
To make a 3-wide bid from in third, 3
quarters. Look at Tim Teatrick back here, still.
And they spin home. Still there with the lead is betting line.
Randy Waples looks like he's going to eat him up right now. This horse is unbelievable mile this horse went. Unbelievable. And here comes Timmy Teatrick putting on the afterburners. Unreal right here.
Far outside control the moment.
Just like his brother.
Back, it's Boston Red Rocks on the far outside over the Green Monster. Here's Boston Red Rocks closing up to get it all. It's Boston Red Rocks with an amazing come from behind.
So the Teatrick boys get the award for come from behind victories of the night. Now, even though those were the 2 best races of the night, they were not the story. The main story, in my opinion, was the rain coming down on Toronto, the weather, the beauty of the racetrack. And Dave Miller and Brett Miller combined won 6 Breeders' Crowns races. Now, Brett Miller and Dave Miller, we all know, Purple Jesus, the rain coming down. I could only think of one song all night.
Purple rain,
purple rain, purple rain, purple rain, purple rain. Let's recap all of Dave Miller's 5 Breeders' Crown victories. His first one, he started the night off amazing with the superstar open trotting filly. He just put her on the front, and there was no looking back. So here's Dave on the lead. There's Purple Jesus. I'm on the lead. Just pushing away.
But she'll need some help as to 1 steps away. Shake It Carry launching late now.
No catching DeWan.
Inside for Miller. DeWan wins the Breeders' Crown open mare trot by 3/4 of a length over Shake It.
Unbelievable race that mare put in, and has been racing all year. The next race was Divine Caroline. Now, Divine Caroline, this was...
Roulette at 3/4.
Sassa Hanover, who was the Little Brown Jugette winner, driven by Matt Kelly, unfortunately through the 10-hole. Now, he power moved to the front, cleared just before the far turn there, but he had Divine Caroline, the favorite, stalking her in a perfect position following. Those two had an unbelievable stretch rule.
And they wheel off the turn and come into the stretch. Sassa Hanover there. Here on the outside, Divine Caroline. Divine Caroline is inching in and coming on.
Divine Caroline was too much for Sassa Hanover. Sassa Hanover's had a great year also. Not tonight, though.
Royal for the minor spoils. Clear and deep stretch, Divine Caroline. And Divine Caroline wins again. 4 straight for her. She wins the Breeders' Crown in 151.
That was number 2 for Purple Jesus Dave Miller. The next race was the Bank. Now, the Bank has been going up against Pinkman all year long. Couldn't get the Hamiltonian, couldn't get this, but the Bank was parked the entire mile. Dave Miller, in true fashion, just sat outside, did his job, and grinded down Pinkman in the stretch.
Here's
the Bank right now, just in mid-stretch.
Second on the
just
outside
the last
is the Bank.
couple yards.
In at the rail, Muscle Diamond. Here comes the Bank with
just
a
got
surge.
by him.
And the Bank on the outside gets up for David
Just
Miller.
got by
and the
him.
Bank upsets Pinkman to win the 3-year-old Colt Trot final, and they're home in 154-3.
Unreal mile there. Pinkman had everything his way and couldn't put the Bank away. Dave's fourth race. Now this was the Open Mares Pace, which is another favorite of mine because these mares are very tough. Now,
Venus Delight from and forth from way
Venus
back.
Delight, the favorite, is right here with Jason Bartlett. Here comes Campbell and Dave Miller. These three are coming hard.
But she's skating on very
But watch
nice.
Campbell. His mare runs in a little bit and he has to steer right here.
Also there between his Colors of Virgin, it's down to Katie.
She loses her balance, makes a break. What a time to make a break. Not the right time. Dave Miller just holds on. Just holds on in the last stride to keep it.
In a wild 10th race photo finish, 153-3.
Now, Dave Miller's last was the Open Pace for the boys. Always Be Mickey, we all know, had his injury last year. In the Breeders' Crown, took an entire year off from a fractured ankle and has come back better than ever. I mean, this horse is a super freak.
His lead now 2 lengths.
Always Be Mickey just paced away from everybody. I mean, these are all superstar horses. This foiled again.
From way back is
but
all
this horse just made it look easy.
Racing for chunk change here, as Always Be Mickey will take it home, and it's a wicked night at the office for Messrs. Miller and Takter. What a night it was!
First quarter 26-3, last quarter 26-3.
149-3.
Up there in that night, that was a huge mile. Now we forgot to mention Brett Miller, the other Purple Jesus. He had his first Breeders' Crown victory with Pure Country, the superstar undefeated pacing filly.
Outside in third is Lions River Pride, and rolling up late comes Yankee Moonshine fourth, coming up to 7/8, and it's Pure Country opening up by 3 lengths now.
Makes it look
back
easy, this
second,
pacing
Mayhem
filly.
Sealster,
Pure class right here.
speed from She's a Real Deal. Yankee
Wait for
Moonshine
it, wait
is back
for
in
it.
fourth, and deep stretch leader Pure Country will get it home to win the Breeders'
Yes!
Crown. She is a perfect 10.
love
Pure Country in 151-4.
We love when Brett gives his pose when he's going to win. So again, we had Trace win his first Breeders' Crown. Brian Brown with Colors of Virgin. You know, just a lot of first-time winners here. Brett Miller, congratulations to everybody. The next race, which we didn't even talk about. We were talking about Dave Miller, Brett Miller. But Jimmy Takter won 6 Breeders' Crown wins as a trainer. That's unbelievable. So let's finish Jimmy's Breeders' Crown wins. He had Wild Honey in the 3-year-old trotting fillies. Now you're thinking,
on the way to 3/4.
Wild Honey was in with Mission Brief.
And she widens out her advantage now to 3
Mission
lengths.
Brief is on the lead. Wild Honey is second. Now we all know Wild Honey isn't the smoothest in the turns, has to gather him up a little bit. So Mission Brief takes off a little bit. But
Mission Brief is still there. She's off stride.
He makes a break.
Mission Brief self-destructed on the lead for Gingras.
I want to. Somebody put little expletives over Yannick's thing right there. But Wild Honey, we all know, is in the stretch. Nobody's beating her in the stretch.
Far outside from I'm So Fancy. Wild Honey clear and deep stretch by 3 lengths.
For the place here,
Wild Honey.
Wild
Honey to win the Breeders' Crown by 2 lengths.
You got to take advantage. You got to be there. You got to take advantage. Jimmy Takter's other trotting filly All the Time, easy win for her.
Team now as she'll battle for minor spoils as All the Time has blown this field away. All the Time cruises home to win the crown final. Second best digging in was Hottie
Easy
under
for
pressure.
All the Time. Now, Jimmy Takter's favorite win, I guarantee you, is probably the win with Creatine. Now, that's because his brother Johnny Takter was driving. Now, this was, again, Johnny's first Breeders' Crown victory. So, again, going back, Trace, Brian Brown, Brett Miller, whoever else I'm forgetting, I'm sorry, you know, Johnny Takter, who is a superstar driver over in Europe. Probably one of the best drivers over in Europe. And this is his first Breeders' Crown. So with Creatine, who finished third in the International Trot just a couple weeks ago at Yonkers. So this was Creatine and Johnny Takter. Just an easy wire-to-wire win.
Pillar to post. Creatine in front over Resolve, Corral, Hanover, and Be a Magician in 152 and 4.
What was cool, it was a cool scene, Jimmy and Johnny together in the winner's circle, you know, brotherly love there. But I bet you didn't know this. Jimmy and Johnny did not always get along. They used to fight, you know, as kids, as young adults. Brothers do, that's what they do. So Mama Takter actually sent me some video of Jimmy and Johnny as young adults. They used to get into some pretty heated arguments. So here's an official video from the Takter vault.
Where are you going? I'm going upstairs.
There's Jimmy, there's Johnny.
Because I'm going to put my nutsack on your drum set. Okay? If you do that, I am warning you right now, if you touch my drums, I will stab you in the neck with a knife.
Listen, Johnny knows how to speak English, all right? Anyway, moving on to the last Breeders' Crown race that I did not cover, which is probably the most telling for the future, is Southwind Frank in the 2-year-old colt trot. Southwind Frank, it's one of my favorite names. It sounds like one of my cousins. Southwind Frank, Turnpike Tony, Joey Bag of Donuts, Mickey the Shoes, all owned by Jerry Silva. So here's Southwind Frank dominating victory in his
And it's all Southwind Frank, 2.5 lengths in front. Marion Marauder on the outside, determined in pursuit, but will fall short as Southwind Frank wins the Breeders' Crown by 2 lengths, wrapped up as he scored.
In hand, Muscle Hill Colt looks like he's the real deal, and we'll be looking forward to him in next year's Road to the Hambletonian. So there's Ryan's fancy schmancy, no, not fancy, Ryan's unedited, one-take, supremely low-budget Breeders' Crown highlight reel. I hope everybody enjoyed that. You can go to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/c/Ryan Macedonio. I interviewed all those guys, well, not all of them, but most of those guys. You can go back and check out those interviews. Share, like, subscribe, download, you know, all social media. So I hope everybody enjoyed it. And this is Ryan Macedonio, America's #1 podcaster and interviewer. I hope everybody enjoyed it.